The Witcher 3: Wild Hunt is an open-world action RPG developed by CD Projekt Red, set in a dark fantasy universe where magic, monsters, and political intrigue play pivotal roles. The game follows Geralt of Rivia, a mutated monster hunter known as a Witcher, as he embarks on a personal quest to find his adopted daughter, Ciri, who is being pursued by a mysterious and dangerous force known as the Wild Hunt. Story overview. The main storyline of The Witcher 3: Wild Hunt is a tale of loss, love, and destiny. Geralt is searching for Ciri, a young woman with extraordinary powers. After the Wild Hunt, a group of spectral riders with a thirst for destruction begin hunting her down. Ciri's powers make her a key target for the Wild Hunt, who want to use her to open a portal to another world, bringing destruction to the world of the living. Geralt's journey takes him through the war-torn lands of the Northern Kingdoms, where political instability reigns, and into the dark forests and swamps, filled with deadly monsters, magical creatures, and ancient mysteries. Along the way, Geralt is joined by various characters, including his former lover Yennefer of Vengerberg, who is also searching for Ciri, and his old friend Dandelion, a bard who provides comic relief amidst the chaos. Key story arcs. The search for Ciri. Geralt's primary goal is to locate Ciri, who has gone into hiding after being targeted by the Wild Hunt. As Geralt travels through different regions, he encounters people from Ciri's past and pieces together her journey. Along the way, Geralt learns that Ciri is a child of the Elder Blood, with the ability to manipulate space and time. This makes her a valuable asset to the Wild Hunt, who want to use her powers for their own ends. The Wild Hunt. The Wild Hunt, led by the mysterious and ruthless Eredin, is a group of wraith-like riders who have crossed dimensions in search of Ciri. Their purpose is to capture her and use her powers to bring about the end of the world. Geralt's struggle against the Wild Hunt becomes a race against time as Ciri's powers grow stronger and more uncontrollable. Political intrigue and war. The game takes place during a time of war, with the Nilfgaardian Empire invading the Northern Kingdoms. Geralt becomes embroiled in political machinations, helping or hindering key factions depending on the player's choices. These factions include the Northern Kingdom's monarchs, Nilfgaard's emperor, and the various mercenaries, mages, and rebels who have their own agendas. Personal connections. Throughout the game, Geralt faces his past relationships, particularly with Yennefer and Triss Merigold, two powerful sorceresses with whom he has had romantic entanglements. His relationship with Ciri also becomes central to the plot, as he views her as a daughter figure. These personal connections shape the choices Geralt makes and the outcomes of the story. The end of the Wild Hunt. In the final act, Geralt confronts the Wild Hunt and its leader, Eredin. The outcome of the battle and the fate of Ciri are determined by the player's choices. Geralt can choose to help Ciri embrace her destiny or protect her from the forces that seek to control her. The game features multiple endings, based on the choices made throughout the journey, including Ciri's fate and the resolution of Geralt's relationships with his allies. Themes and choices. One of the defining aspects of The Witcher 3 is the complex moral choices that players must make. The world is full of gray areas, where right and wrong are often hard to define. From dealing with the horrors of war to facing the consequences of personal decisions, Geralt's journey is as much about his inner conflict as it is about the external threats he faces. The game also explores themes of family, fate, and the cost of power. Geralt's bond with Ciri is at the heart of the story, and the player's choices influence how their relationship evolves. The game challenges the idea of destiny, presenting players with choices that may defy fate and create alternate paths for the characters. Endings. The Witcher 3: Wild Hunt features several possible endings, which depend on the decisions made throughout the game. Good ending. Ciri becomes a Witcher. In the best possible ending, Geralt successfully helps Ciri overcome the Wild Hunt's grasp and lets her make her own choices. Ciri becomes a Witcher, continuing the legacy of the Witchers and carrying on her destiny as a hero. Neutral ending. Ciri dies. In a more somber ending, Ciri sacrifices herself to defeat the Wild Hunt, but dies in the process. Geralt is left to mourn the loss of his adopted daughter, but the world is saved from the Wild Hunt's destruction. Bad ending. Ciri joins the Wild Hunt. In this darker ending, Ciri succumbs to the Wild Hunt's influence and becomes a powerful, but destructive, leader of the group. Geralt's efforts to save her fail, and the world is left in turmoil. The ending is determined by the player's choices throughout the game, particularly in key moments involving Ciri, Geralt's relationships, and the fate of the world. Conclusion: The Witcher 3: Wild Hunt is a story-driven game that explores complex themes through an expansive and richly detailed world. Geralt's search for Ciri, his struggles with the Wild Hunt, and the personal relationships he forms along the way make for an unforgettable journey. With its branching narratives, multiple endings, and moral dilemmas, the game offers players the chance to shape their own destiny while exploring a world full of magic, monsters, and political intrigue.